Howdy y'all.
Hi guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From Flipside Music in Denver, Colorado.
What?
I just found
Not
my
Flipside Music.
I found not Flipside Music.
Not Flipside Music.
Somebody call security.
I just found my Flipside shirt I've been hunting, so I had to wear it today. We're not really from Flipside Music. We're from RNA Music. RNA Music, your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio to the stars of tomorrow. Deep in the heart of Texas. Not Colorado. We're in Texas.
Yes.
And it's time for episode number 378 of Ask RNA, where Angela answers all your questions.
I'll try.
And I just sit here.
Okay.
All right.
Looking cute.
Looking cute. Let's go.
Okay.
Welcome back, y'all. We're here 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
So we're like on a roll.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
It's our anniversary weekend.
That's right.
Tomorrow is our anniversary
Thank you for loving me.
of being married to each other for 24 years.
That's right, Bob.
Amazing. I don't know where the last 24 years went.
It flew by.
But if you're new here, we have a little guitar shop and music lesson studio where we teach music all week long. We got to teach a bunch of makeup lessons today, actually. So as soon as we're done with this, we got to teach a bunch of makeup lessons.
We're doing great.
So excited. But yeah, we
Yeah.
have a little shop, small town East Texas. We answer questions and shoot YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Sometimes. All right, and this is episode 378.
Let's do this.
One of these. If you want some swaggity swag, you cannot buy a Flipside Music t-shirt from me, but you can get an RNA Music t-shirt. Link down in the description of this video. Go click on the Teespring store and order your swiggity swag. Which is, and then maybe go to Flipside Music and buy one of their shirts.
Support business. Support locals.
They got some cool shirts.
Mom and pops.
All right, let's go. First question. Pork Chop SRV. Like Pork Chop Steve Ray Vaughan. Hashtag Groove. Hey, y'all. Monte and Christine here, a.k.a. Pork Chop SRV. What's the first song tune did you played all the way through together in public and where?
Ooh.
Loved meeting you the day of this video. Oops. We didn't know we were interrupting your video. Sorry. All right, so last week, episode 377 of Ask RNA.
I can't believe it's already been a week.
It has been a week. Crazy.
Wow.
We had a couple of pauses.
You're like...
Pause. In the videos. Like I had to help my dad back up a trailer, and then I had answered the phone, and then Monty and Christine stopped in to say hello. But that was when we were open.
Right.
I mean, it was business hours, so it was okay. It was okay, y'all came in.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I used to think, I thought it was Pork Chops RV.
Yeah.
Like, you like to grill pork chops and drive RVs?
Which makes
Chops
sense to us as Texans.
I mean, it's funny that my first thought was pork chops and RVs, and not Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Right.
One
like pork chops.
Pork chops,
Pork chop.
driving RVs.
Yes.
But it's Pork Chop SRV.
Okay. Yes. We're going to over-explain that.
Anyways, they popped in last week while we were filming, so we stopped. We had a chat, and it was great. It was really nice to meet y'all. Appreciate you driving up as far as you did. And you were in the area, and you swung in to say hello. So that's always super awesome.
Yes.
Really appreciate that.
Truly.
So, all right, so the question was, what was the first song you played all the way through together in public and where?
Ooh.
So I thought, oh, this said together, so I guess that means me and you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course.
Well, yeah, because at first I was like, oh, first song I played in public. Oh, wait, together with Lala.
Yes.
When and where, do you know?
I would probably say it was some kind of youth group meeting song. It had to been church.
It was a church, yeah.
Yeah.
Know what song it was?
I do not know.
No idea.
I would not know. Oh my goodness. I'd take a leap and say like maybe Daryl Evans, Your Love is Extravagant or something.
Yeah. Daryl Evans is a good guess.
Or the Revelation song.
No, that was
Revelation song. What was it called? No, not Revelation song, but the one that's like that. I mean, it sounds like that.
I don't know. This was a long time ago, right?
Dancing with My Father God.
After we were married. Was it before we were married? It was after we were married.
After.
It was after we were married.
We hadn't played together
Yeah.
yet.
We were at church, and I was playing on the worship team. And then the youth pastor, Wally, he was a little bit older. A little bit older. He's like 30 years older than me.
Yeah.
We were missing a singer or something. He's like, hey, Angela, come up here and sing. And you're like, no. He's like, no, come on. I know you can sing. Come on up.
Yeah.
And he made you get up.
You're like, yeah, she can sing. I've heard her.
Yeah, she's great.
I'm like,
and then, of course I do. I was
we're
telling someone.
newlyweds, and I'm looking at him like, is this how we're starting?
Yes. I was telling the story to someone the other day, actually. And I was like, I knew she could sing, but like with the band and the microphone and like through the monitors and through the PA system, like actually hear you. I was like, wow, babe. You're like, you can really sing. And you're like, babe, I sing around the house all the time. I'm like, no, I know, but like with the band and with the music and everything, it was like,
oh, wow.
Wow. How did I not know you sang?
Yeah.
Like an angel.
Aww.
My angel. Yeah. So yeah, it was something like that. It had to be a church thing.
Yeah.
Church service.
Yeah, because we didn't do anything outside of church when it came to music at all for years.
Yeah.
Years and years. So
Together.
Yes.
Together.
You did, but no.
I did, yeah. I played before that, but there you go. All right, thank you for the question.
Great
Pork
question.
chop SRV. Appreciate it, man. All right, next question. Just Fun Guitar, all the way from England. Hashtag Groove. New questions. 1, have you ever visited Asia? 2, if you could visit any instrument factory in the world, which would it be? Great question. All right, Angela, have you ever visited Asia?
No, I have not.
Where have you been outside of America?
Outside of America, I've been to Mexico. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Germany and Switzerland.
World traveler. You know where I've been outside of America?
Where?
Nowhere. I have not exited the borders of America.
Yes.
Unless you count flying to California, and we flew out past California over the ocean and turned around and came back and landed at John Wayne
You've
Airport.
been in the Pacific.
So I've flown over.
You've been in the Pacific Ocean.
The specific, just a little bit of the specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been anywhere. I have not visited Asia.
You haven't been to, like,
Canada.
I guess South Padre is.
No.
No? Okay.
I have not been to Mexico. Don't think.
Not even just.
I've been to New Orleans. That's pretty
big,
close.
But yeah, it's like another country.
That's like another country,
Yeah.
basically.
Anything outside of Texas is another country.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have not. If you could visit any instrument factory in the world, which would it be?
Ooh, instrument, like any instrument.
Yeah.
That opens the door.
You
not guitar factory, but
Right.
any instrument.
Where they manufacture tubas.
Right. I was thinking something like harmonica factory. I would visit the harmonica factory.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the big didgeridoo factory? Is there a didgeridoo factory? Man, that's a really good question. So, I think because you said in the world, that kind of changed my thought pattern. Because I was going to say like PRS, which is in Maryland.
Okay.
Something like that. But then I thought, wait, in the world, I would go to the ESP guitar factory in Japan.
Ooh,
because then it could be
Asia.
an Asia trip, Japan trip, ESP
That would be
guitars.
awesome.
That would be super rad. Because it's like,
I need to sit up.
I mean, we could go to the Gibson factory anytime, or the Fender factory, not anytime, but, well, I mean, yes. Nashville's not that far away. Maryland is a little bit of a trek. I have been through where the
About
Fender
20-hour
factory
drive.
is. It's not in Escondido. Where is it at? It's in, driven past it. Wherever the...
No, how long does it take to drive to Maryland?
Oh, you don't... I don't think you drive. I think you have to fly.
I want to know how long it would take you to drive.
I've been driven past the Fender factory, or in the same town, wherever it's at, in California. I'm not that interested to see the Fender factory. I don't really care about that. I'm trying to think of American factories that I would be interested in. PRS is probably the one, I would guess. Maybe Gibson. I don't know, though. Because it's like, well, I don't know. Maryland.
And I'm looking for...
1 day, 4 hours. So 28 hours. 28.
Or 18 hours, 48 minutes going through Georgia.
Well, okay. So 18 hours. 19 hours.
So about 3 more hours than it would be to cross the state of Texas from here to Maryland.
Yeah, that's a long drive. Yeah, so I think it would be ESP. Sounds like it would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
That would be cool. That was a good one. Knocked out two questions with one answer.
Deal.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
All right, thank you, Just Fun Guitar. Next question, Jeffrey Egan, #groove. Speaking of losing one's groove, say you learned to play guitar when you was younger, not taking lessons, but learning chords and some songs, jam with friends and such, but then life gets in the way and you don't play for a few years. Now you're trying to get back into it and find you don't remember half of what you knew, and it's more difficult to learn stuff. Would you go back and start with the basics, or just try to learn songs and get back into the swing of it? Asking for a friend, of course. #KTM. That's a good question, Jeffrey. I would honestly do a little bit of both, right? So I've talked about this in the past videos, and I have a video about like a practice routine.
Yeah.
I think you have to go. Oh, something in beer?
I'm just touching. Go ahead.
It is our anniversary.
I know. I can't.
I would split my practice time up. So you give yourself a dedicated practice time, whatever it is, daily. Yeah. It's got to be something. It's got to be like every day is the best option, whether it's 20 minutes or whether it's in 2 hours or whether it's 10 minutes, whatever it is. Try to play every day. Break it up into like, hey, like technical exercises, like finger exercises, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not technical exercises. You need some. You need some of those Post-it notes.
I do. Okay. Okay.
You're gonna have to send me that so I can.
I know.
Put it in there. So Angela has a TikToker that she was a TikTok or is it Instagram or is it?
She's on TikTok.
TikTok. Okay.
Yeah, and she makes fun of the Kardashians.
Yes.
And then Chloe, the blonde one, who's not Kim or whatever the other one's name is.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
I don't watch
I don't
him.
know either.
I don't watch him. But anyways, she always interjects these just absurd like words, and she has ridiculously long nails. So the girl, instead, she wears this nappy-headed blonde wig to be her, and she has Post-it notes as her fingernails, and she always interjects in like weird moments in the conversation.
Oh my God, not a piece of candy in Courtney's house. Somebody call security. I ate a piece of candy yesterday, and I swear I got diabetes. Not diabetes. That's not how that works. All of a sudden, Kim wants to act like a scientist. Seriously, you act like you know everything, but you don't. Well, no, but I do know a lot about diabetes. Do you think this is like a joke or something? I've literally been raising awareness since lunch. Not lunch. And all of a sudden, you want to act like the expert on diabeticism? Not diabeticism. Because I literally am. Just wild. Somebody call security.
So as he was saying that, I was mimicking the...
Yeah, and you watched that this morning. And then when I got out of the gas station, I was like, hey, maybe we can go to Tractor Supply. You're like, not Tractor Supply.
Not Tractor Supply.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Cut to funny TikTok videos. All right, so practice routine. I would do, even if it's just a minute or two of like physical, like technique, finger exercises, whatever, and then like a couple minutes of like review the chords you know, or maybe like, crap, I forgot how to play major 7 chords. Let me look at that, Google it real quick and go, oh, here's how you make a major 7, or here's a dominant 7, or here's a whatever, a sus2 chord or sus4s or whatever. I would review some of that stuff, you know, and then I would maybe like, you know, have a little bit of time for practicing scales, do that. And then I would absolutely, the last thing I would do was work on songs, right? Because most people get into guitar not to learn scales and technical exercises. I mean, some people are entered into that, but most people just want to play their favorite songs.
Right.
But it all works together, like all the technique and the theory and the chords, the shapes, and the scales, and all that stuff absolutely goes along with playing songs. But playing songs is the thing that you really want to do. So I would do all of it. If anything, lean a little more heavy into the song stuff and the thing that you really have fun with, but don't neglect those other things. So kind of, you can do it all. You can learn songs and you can work on things you're not familiar with or comfortable with or haven't done.
Yeah.
So do both.
Yeah.
Do it all.
I agree.
All of them. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Good advice.
You can do it.
You can do it. 100%.
I mean, I have adult students. I have guys and girls who've come in and like they played when they were younger, and then life happened, and then now they have more time. in their 50s and 60s or whatever and kind of want to get back to it. I'm like, yeah, not a big deal. We can do it. I learn new stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do people change careers?
Not change careers.
Yes. I know.
Everything you say, I'm hearing it now. It's just, God.
I'm too old to learn.
Okay.
Too old to learn. I'm like,
too old to learn.
People change careers in their 50s. It's like, you got to learn a new career. Like if you went from doing this kind of a business to this kind of a business or this kind of a job.
See, my mindset is like that. I like learning new things. And then I'm just like, okay, I learned it. It's time to move on.
Yeah, it's like,
let's do something different now.
I don't know why we,
for some little ADD. So.
In the work world, we think about that. Well, I was a secretary, and then I worked for the hospital, and then I learned how to run a lab machine, and then now I do customer service, and now I learn how to do social media for my company. Right. It's like, you always learn new things.
It's just adapting to your...
But when we think, well, you know, I didn't learn to play guitar when I was a kid, so there's no hope. I'm like, that's false.
That's wrong thinking.
False. You can, maybe it's easier when you're a kid, maybe. But I don't know. Kids are so scatterbrained.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see that. I see that when you're an adult, you understand how to prioritize your time. Maybe you don't have the time like you did when you were a kid because you had zero responsibilities. But it has nothing to do with brain capacity and the ability to learn. That's not it. We teach kids all the time. It's not it. It's not it. It's being able to structure your time because now you have other responsibilities that really are probably more important than sitting down and learning guitar for the first time. And that's okay. But if you have the time, structure your time and like go through a method of learning like how you want to learn it. And because you have learned so much in your life and you know how to break things down, that makes sense to you because now you know yourself. Then you can learn a whole lot faster than a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old who doesn't know how to structure their time or manage their time or, you know, what they want in life. So I think you have the hand up in it. So no, there's never.
You've really got an advantage.
Yeah, you have one now.
All right. Great question, man. Matt Hodges. Next question. Hey, RNA. Great show. Ryan, did you and Angela gig together? Like for church or other shows? And thanks for the video. #groove.
Yeah. That's kind of the same question.
Yeah, kind of. Well, we do. I mean, we play at church. So we're the music directors at a church here in Canton. So every Sunday, we're playing and singing songs together. Yeah. And every Wednesday night, practice. So we do that, and we have done that for forever.
Forever, yeah.
But almost since the beginning.
Since the first of our marriage.
Yeah, when people found out she could sing, and then I can play lots of different instruments, like, oh, you should join our music team at church. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, as soon as we've ever moved, and we're like, let's find a home church. And they're like, so what do y'all do? And that's usually, it's like, well, we're musicians. And so that they're like, oh, really? Okay. You know, and then we get plugged into that, and that's usually where we end up using our gifts and talents. We've thought about it because we have venues here in our town, sort of, where you can play and events and stuff where we can actually go.
I have open mic nights.
And so we can do stuff like that. But, you know, we've thought about it like, let's just do a bunch of cover songs from, you know, even like acoustic versions of Metallica and like, you know, Black Sabbath and stuff like that. And we've come up with lists of songs that we would love to learn, but when it comes down to it, our life is just running a business just by yourself and not having really anybody extra to take over, it does consume most of your time. And then we're raising children and, you know, taking care of parents.
We've done stuff. There was like a 4th of July thing for the city of Canton, and we played a set of music on the stage, and you know, it was like an all-day thing. They had different musicians, and so we did the music for that, and we've done like the farmers market in Canton, Texas. They'll have live music, and we kind of do it to market for the store. Right. You know, we've had some of our students play too, but not on a regularly occurring thing. I had a student the other day, we were talking about this, he was like, I mean, he's brand new. I mean, he's like 4 or 5 lessons in now. He's like, I played something, he's like, you should be in a band. You should be like a rock star. I'm like, oh man, I don't have time for that. He was like, why are you not like playing in a band somewhere on TV or do? I'm like, man,
why aren't you doing something other than this?
I don't have time for that, bro.
Right.
That's always like, well, number one, I was like, I don't want to go play in bars at 11 o'clock at night and get home at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we like our sleep.
Yeah, I was like, and then like have to get up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't really want to do that, honestly.
It just takes me back to like, almost like, and this doesn't mean no slam to our children, but like a PTSD of waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and...
Hashtag no sleep.
Yeah. And then going to work at, 4 o'clock in the morning and doing all this stuff. Like, I didn't like that. And I don't think and if I didn't like that doing it for my children, I don't think there's going to be anything that I would be like, you know what, I love this more. I'm willing to sacrifice my sleep for that.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's like, I hardly ever go out. I have to really want to go out and watch somebody else play even. Like,
yes,
I got buddies like, hey, we're playing a gig at this thing. You want to come? I'm like, when is it? What time do you go on? What time do you go on?
Yeah. Now, when it starts, when do you go on?
When is it over?
Yes.
Because I got like stuff to do, and I have in the last year I've gone like twice to see some people that I know do their thing, and I was like, all right, man, good for you. There's nobody here watching, but
that's awesome.
Good for you guys.
Get on out there.
You're up there doing it.
Enjoy your talent and your time. That is fine.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, if it was something like we had a gig at a coffee place, or if we had like a local thing that we can just go around like a circuit every once in a while, maybe like weddings or something, that'd be fun, you know. But because we've done, like, we did that birthday party years ago for that woman and her mom in Dallas with Tim.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Like a private party.
I really enjoyed that. I thought that was my first actual ever gig, like a gig.
Like a paid gig.
Like a true gig.
That wasn't church.
Yeah, that was not church, right. That was fun. But no, we don't do that.
Yeah, it's not like it's not that I hate playing live. It's like I enjoy playing live.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love performing.
I'd have to really want to do it. Like I did tell Adam, like, Warefoot's kind of on hiatus and everybody's in different things. I'm like, hey, if you have a gig in Dallas and you need a second guitar player,
yes,
call me. Like I would go play a gig with Adam just because we're buddies and I really like his stuff.
That'd be fun.
But it's like, but I have no illusions of like, all right, we're gonna go play every weekend and go on tour and do that thing. It was more of like, if you have a one-off show somewhere and you need somebody to come fill in.
Sure.
But that's very specific.
Yeah.
Like literally just for Adam, maybe Paul.
Maybe.
No, I would play for Paul. But all right, man. Thank you for the question. I appreciate that, Matt. Next question, Drew Mack. Hey Ryan, what's your favorite active pickups? I'm driving myself crazy analyzing the different ones. Fishman, blackouts, all different EMGs. Would really love your input. #groove. All right. Well, I think it's going to be no surprise to most people. If you've been watching for a long time, I like EMGs.
Blackouts.
Not blackouts.
Not blackouts.
I don't know. Not blackouts. No, I like the EMGs personally. Now, I do have one guitar with the blackouts in it, and I do not like them.
Okay.
Like I can adamantly say, I do not like these. They're okay with like a gain sound, but they get there's like a lot of feedback and stuff and noise from them. And the clean sound are horrible. So I don't know if it's just these, maybe these specific set of blackouts, something's wrong with them. I don't know. I do not like the blackouts.
Okay.
And I have played guitars with the Fishmans, a couple different ones that had Fishmans. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Fishmans. Everybody's like, oh, Fishmans, the best thing in the universe of all time. And I played on it. I think it was truck driver Sean came by one time.
Yeah.
And he had, I think maybe it was a Keith Merrow guitar with Fishman's in it or something. I was like, oh, let me check this out. I was like, it's okay. I mean, it's like, it didn't suck.
And you're like,
it wasn't like, this wasn't like the blackouts, right? I would put the Fishmans above the blackouts easily.
Right.
But I was like, it's all right. I thought it would be way more amazing considering the hype.
Right.
So I didn't really love those. EMGs I've been playing for a long time. Growing up in the 80s, like Zakk Wylde, in Metallica.
I think someone's here.
I don't know. Let me go see. Just loud Texas trucks at the stop sign. That's all. Stinking Texas trucks. EMGs, Hetfields, Hetfield. Yeah. Zach Wild and Metallica was the reason I first took notice of EMGs. And, I've played the 81 and the 85, the 81 and the 60, different variations that they came out with. The Het set, have that, the 5766 set. They have the retroactives, which are still actives, but they look more like, your dual bobbin, cream colored looking things. Played a Sun Valley Super Shredder from Schecter. Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder. Say that 7 times fast.
Lord. Oh.
My buddy Art had one of those, and it had the retroactives in it. I was like, oh, I like these retroactives. These are nice. So, not really any EMGs have been disappointed in, I would say. So, but that's just me. I'm kind of used to them, and I kind of know what to do with them and the different sounds you get. Personally, like at this stage in the game, probably my favorite EMG set is the 5766.
Okay.
Set specifically. I haven't played the retroactives in a while since Art let me play on his guitar, and I've been meaning to order a set of retroactives for myself for one of my guitars, just to have them, because I really did I like these.
Nice.
I enjoyed they have a couple different ones. They have like the hot 70s set or a 50s set. They're, they kind of mimic pickups from the 50s and 70s, but with a little juice. But those are the ones I like.
The juice.
I would recommend, if you have an opportunity to go into a big store somewhere and maybe pick up a guitar with the Fishmans and pick up a guitar with the Blackouts and EMGs, just kind of go try them out. But I like EMGs.
Okay.
And when we started working with them professionally, they've been super awesome.
Yeah.
So I already liked the product a lot for a long time. And then when I met the people at the company, and they wanted to work with us for whatever reason.
Because we're awesome. Don't say whatever reason.
Well,
stop.
It was because I was already posting videos and pictures and stuff, and I was already essentially marketing for EMG, and I wasn't even a dealer. And they're like, go see our dealer in Texas. I'm like, hey guys, I'm not actually a dealer. And they're like, what?
Oh,
let's get you signed up. Let's do this. I'm like, so they are super nice. One of the best companies we've worked with. So as people, I like them a lot. There you go, dude. Check them out. Next question. Fat Philosopher, #GroovyBaby. Can't find an arm for my lefty Ibanez, so I'm thinking of replacing the whole trim with a Godo. Is there any problem putting a FLoyd Rose in place of an Ibanez Edge bridge? Question. Yes. There is a problem because the measurements are not the same. So it's not an actual drop-in replacement. From what I could tell. I had to go do a little bit of research on that, and it seems like it's not easily done. Now, one thing I have learned from my friends at Action Sound in Hawkins, Texas, some of the best repair guys in Texas, is that everything is possible. Pretty much anything is possible on your guitar. Depending on how much you want to spend and how much wood you want to carve out of it, or add to it and then carve out of it again. So it could be done by a skilled, repair tech or luthier. I'm sure it could be done. That might involve routing and drilling and filling and stuff. So, but I don't think it would be worth it. I don't think that's the route you really want to go, is to do some excessive structural restructuring of the wood of the guitar itself. But as far as I know, I don't think you can just drop in replace one. I don't think it works that way. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. But I don't think you can. So that's weird that you couldn't find an arm for it. I don't. If all you need is just the arm, the trim arm. It seems like it'd be easy to have one of those fabricated. I don't know. Thank you for the question, Fat Philosopher. In Japan, which is where ESP is, which is in Asia. All right, next question. Jeff T, #Groove, great show. Desert Island, top 5 songs you would only be able to play and nothing else. Play on guitar, or play on my non-existent stereo system on a desert island that has no electricity?
Guitar.
Actually have to play?
Yeah. Let's just say you have a guitar. You use your guitar as a floating device, so you.
Okay.
And it still works. It's an acoustic.
Stairway to Heaven.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of really long songs. Really long songs with a lot of changes, right? Master of Puppets. Probably
Okay.
Stairway, Master of Puppets. What's another good song that's really long? Man, I don't know. That's a really good question.
American Pie.
No.
That's a long song.
It is, but it's not good. I don't listen to that.
It's like listening to somebody read a book.
Yeah, I guess. Probably some Creedence Clearwater something. Probably a CCR song. Although they're simple, but that they kind of don't get old. It has to be like the ones that never get old, I guess. Right. Oh no, not CCR. Right. Golly, I don't know. What songs do you want to hear me play?
Oh gosh.
More than words.
Sure. I think that would get old after a while.
It probably would, yeah.
I think most songs would get old. Especially only 5 songs. You'd just be like,
I'd probably stop playing guitar.
Don't play it anymore. Stop it.
Only be able to play. Ugh.
It would be more like, it's that time of year to play that one song, and so you have to like space it out in the whole year. It's like you get like that a quarter, like one song a quarter, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, and then just because it's Christmas, you get to play an extra one, so you get to play something festive for Christmas time. It have to, be something like that. Margaritaville for the summer.
I really don't get tired of Stairway. That's something I never really get tired of. I don't ever I gotta teach
want
this
something
again.
that I can like rage out to. So I can just run around the island and be like,
Oh. Okay. Some Slayer.
no.
I don't know. That's a really good question. Man, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, one is the loneliest number.
Yeah.
All by myself.
That'd be a good one.
One of them.
Give me another one.
All by myself. Went through the desert on horses.
Oh, no, because that's only 2 chords. That would get super old.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness, I don't know.
That's too hard to choose.
A little less conversation, a little more action.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin, Metallica, CCR, one Elvis song, and what? One church song.
One church song.
A church song. And on that note,
Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace. And on that note, it's time for comment of the day.
Comment of the day. Comment of the day, yeah. You make the comment, we read the comment, the comment of the day.
Okay, yeah. So it's time for us to write a song for you guys on the spot, impromptu. I don't even know what I'm going to play, but
We say that every time. And
I did.
We sing pretty much the same thing every time.
yeah, I played a C chord reflexively, so it's going to be something in C. Reflexive, instinctively.
Okay. I don't know.
All right, so you guys write comments. We pick one, and we're going to write a song on the spot. Here we go. Thanks, Jeffrey L'Oreal.
For the first time today, he wanted to say hashtag
That worked out pretty good.
It did.
I was like, oh, well, we play a lot of songs that involve this C chord, F2,
Yeah.
and a G sus, the Lord's chord,
So sus.
to a G major. I don't know. All right, there's the song. All right. Jeffrey Morial, my son watched RNA with me for the first time today, and he wanted to say hashtag groove.
Wow.
Hashtag groove, son of Jeffrey. Jeffrey son.
Love it.
Thank you. Awesome. That was cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was really rad. Thank you. All right, next question. Brian Strasser, I am amped up to see Nefarious on April 14th.
What's Nefarious?
I don't know. I think it's the band.
Oh, okay.
It's your birthday.
I know. I get it. I'm focused on the nefarious part.
Wow, Angela, that poor pooch.
Oh, poor pooch.
I don't know, from last week. Do you guys have a tornado shelter? Heaven forbid. What would be your ultimate performance venue / situation? Both of you. Good to have you both back. Hashtag groove.
Whoop, whoop.
We do not have a tornado shelter,
No.
which sucks.
We have a hallway.
We have a hallway and a bathroom.
And a small closet that 2 people could barely fit in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. When we build our own house, we're in a rental house, right? We've been in a rent house for like.
I honestly think we should build one here because this is property that our family owns.
This is our family property.
So for us to easily like, hey, get over here, let's get inside the storm shelter right here off the side of the.
Yeah, that would make sense. We could build one on the art and music
we could literally
property.
build one here.
We should do that.
Yeah.
We really probably should. All right. What would be your ultimate performance venue situation for both of you? Madison Square Garden.
No, I've never. No, Red Rocks or Red Rock.
Red Rock.
Yeah.
Red Rock or Red Rocks?
I think it's Red Rocks.
I think it's Red Rocks.
Yeah, that would be.
That would be rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the Budokan in Japan.
No, I mean that'd be cool.
That would also.
That'd be
rad.
cool to see.
That would also be
watch
rad.
and be in and be there for a performance. That would be awesome. But Red Rocks has always been like at the back of my mind. I would love to perform there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty majestic.
It is
setting for a concert. If you've ever been to Red Rocks in California. Ah!
Whoa!
Forgive me, Colorado. I'm sorry.
Denver,
Colorado. We've been there. Like we didn't see a show there, but we went to it.
There were people kind of performing on the stage. It was mostly just people sitting and reading and conversing and running
up and down the
it was
seating
just like
bleachers.
family time. People
in Denver like to exercise.
Sitting on their phone, and there was a couple of girls dancing and doing little things. So it was fun. It was really neat.
Because you can go up there at any point in time during the day.
Mm-hmm. You know? It's open to anybody.
You can just go up there and
free
check it out. Yeah. But to play an actual show there would be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So that would be. I agree. I'll agree with you on that. So we'll
I think next time we go, we should just bring the guitar, have like 3 or 4 songs, and just pump out like.
It'd be like I performed at Red Rocks.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not lying.
We legitimately did, and like see if we can like prop our phone up and you can go live at Red Rocks.
Live at Red Rock. Yeah, we should do that. All right,
we should.
That'd be great. Thank you for the question, Brian. Topher Taylor, final question. Hashtag groove, hashtag concise. How's the fitness journey treating y'all? Easier than last time, I hope. Oh, sorry, that was not the last question.
Oh, yeah, so
My bad.
Squished 2 together.
I squished them together.
Okay.
Next to last question, Topher Taylor. How's the fitness journey treating y'all?
Oh, horribly. Thank you. I appreciate you bringing it up. Thanks.
Oh, man.
I'm going to get a paper cut and just pour some lemon on it.
Oh, babe.
No, it's fine. It's just learning for me personally. I'm not going to speak for you. For me personally, as almost 45-year-old, I'm learning to figure out how the transition into a young, not even middle-aged, like a young adult, because I think 30s is still very young adult. And now I'm in my middle-aged age, and so I'm at the cusp of that, almost 45. So it's just like learning to like, okay, this, I can't eat that anymore. That's not nice to me. And so my body and all the stuff that I can and can't eat is changing, and I'm learning that. So it's been rough, to say the least, because hormonal changes and all that kind of jazz. So, but yeah.
Which I would say is different. There's a difference, you know, for ladies. You know, when you get into that middle life, and then your hormones do start doing weird things.
Yeah.
You know, that it's not necessarily the same with guys.
Right. Where before you can eat like before I would go to bed, I could have like some kind of bread, but now it swells me up so bad I could feel it in the morning, and it's just like no bueno. So it's almost like you have to go into intermittent fasting, intermittent fasting, in order for your body to actually process the food that you've eaten throughout the day, and tons of water. Like I am drinking like this diet Dr. Pepper, but normally I can't drink like stuff like that. Like that's just not normal. I have to drink water. And like right now I've only had like 641 calories. That's how much all that breakfast was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much was the biscuit?
The biscuit was 530.
So I'm at like 1,100 calories. Nicholas is a chevron.
Awesome.
Good for him.
I'm
at like 1,000 calories already.
And the hash brown, the Anne Heche brown was
brown Anne Heche.
Yes. Anne Heche brown was, that's another inside joke.
Inside joke.
Okay. Was 130.
Sweet.
So yeah. There you go. And that's just one meal.
Yeah.
And it's salty, so that makes a big difference. It's bread and salt. So for me, and of course bread translates to sugar also. So you have the yeast of the bread, the sugar of the bread.
Refined carbs.
Yes, and you have the salt and, not so good fats. It's just a bunch, it's just like going like, pull.
Explosion. What about me?
I don't know. How are you doing?
How do you think I'm doing?
I think you're doing pretty good.
Oh,
I do.
thank you.
I mean, you've been very consistent walking. I haven't been able to walk so much because I have a bone shard. That's another thing.
Bone shard in your hip.
In my hip, of all places. And no telling how long it's been there because I've always had hip issues. And I've always been like, oh, my hip. And then finally went to the doctor, got an x-ray, and they said, oh, you have a bone fragment in your hip. I'm like, nice. That's
amazing. Fantastic.
This is great. Have you fallen? No. But I was in dance 27 years ago. That could have done it. 27 years ago? Well, I have been struggling with it for 27 years, so that makes sense.
Jumping into the splits and things like that.
Landing on gym floors and stuff like that. So where I haven't been walking every day, he has been walking every day and getting his 10,000 steps every single day.
So I'm on
day what?
I'm on day 890. Today is day 890. Now I've only got 1,500 steps so far today because it's the morning.
Because we've been busy doing stuff.
But I'm on day 890 of at least 10,000 steps a day.
Yes.
So
and I am not there.
The walking thing, I am like a walking machine. Now I'm not running marathons. I'm not doing all that crap. But I am walking. It's usually do a 2-mile walk every day, and that gets around 5,000 to 6,000 steps.
Right.
And then throughout the rest of the day's activities.
Yeah, just walking back and forth in the shop and around. And
or going to the store or just whatever. I end up with my 10,000 steps.
You find him.
Previous to that, I was getting about 3,000 steps a day.
Right.
It was my average because it was not very active life, right? So that's been good. I've slipped a little bit this last year. Like, I don't even remember what year it was. It might have been 19 because it was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic, I lost like 50 pounds. Like I went from like 270 to like, eventually got down to like 225, which was light for me. Like I wasn't 225 when we got married. So I was like, 225 is the smallest.
236, I think.
Yeah. 225 is the smallest I've been since I was in college. So, I'm like 6'2". I'm 6'2". I tend to, like, if I'm just not doing anything, I just eat what I want and don't exercise. I usually float around like 265, 270, 275. That's kind of where my body just stays, which is too heavy for me.
Right.
It's not good. And then I've done diets in the past, and I lost 40 pounds. You do keto or you do whatever, lose it, keep it off for like a couple of months, and then I just gain it back.
Right.
Because you do these crazy crash diets, they work, but they only work as long as you do them.
Right.
And some of those things some things are just difficult to keep up. So 2019, I had a pretty big change. I'm like, all right, I want to do this because we had a couple of friends die of heart attacks. Two friends pass away, and I was already trying to get healthier because I had some blood pressure issues was creeping up and blood sugar was creeping up. I was like, okay, it's like warning sign. Hey, you should do some changes. I'm like, let's go.
Right.
Let's change. And so I changed my diet and went from like 270 to like basically to 225. And then I started walking because I was like, all right, well, I'm kind of stuck here. So I started walking because I thought, well, I need to do something for my cardiovascular health. And I was stuck at like 225.
I was the walker for a while.
She was, yeah.
And I would walk with weights, which I need to
A
start
weighted
doing again.
backpack.
A weighted backpack. I would add weight,
And stones.
to maintain a certain weight. I would get on the scale with my weight, and I walked for a while. But then life happened, more life for busyness, and got a different job, and all the kinds of stuff. And I was just so tired. I'm like, I don't want to walk anymore. And then Ryan's like, well, I need to keep walking because he joined me, and then I stopped, and then he kept going. So, and you would walk with me. And
Well,
you
yeah,
would walk with me all the time,
we
but
have
just
off
not
and on for years. We'd have like, all right, let's go for a walk.
Right.
And we'd be real good for like a month or 2 or 3 or something.
Right.
And then we're like, oh, life gets busy. And then we'd stop for a couple of weeks. And so it wasn't super consistent.
Right. Right.
But I started doing the walking thing because I thought, well, losing weight has more to do with eating. Losing weight isn't about the exercise. Exercise can help, but it's not really the thing.
Right.
Because you can exercise like a maniac and still be fat.
Good nutritional habits.
Right, because it has more to do with the food. So I started the walking for more like the cardiovascular health and movement and stuff. And so I guess about a year ago, I think it was about a year ago, it was like on my birthday, because like, all right, I got a little loosey-goosey on my diet for the birthday. Like we had birthdays, Christmas, and then more birthdays, anniversary stuff. And so I kind of got a little lax with my diet, not completely back to where I was before,
Right.
but like for about a year, I've kind of just gotten a little lazy with the diet, just a little bit, and I've gained back about 10 or 15 pounds. So now I sit at around like 239, 240, whatever, 238, 239, 240. It's kind of where I'm like, where I was stuck at 225 for like a long time, which was like,
right there.
then I've kind of gained just by getting a little bit lazy with the diet, not completely going off the rails, but gained back about 10 or 15 pounds, which I'm like, man, I remember being mad that I was stuck at 225. Like, I just can't freaking get below 225. When we had COVID. No, it wasn't COVID. We had a stomach bug for like 2 days, and I got down to 219. It was like, oh, finally.
Right.
But like after like throwing your guts up for like 2 days, it was like, now I'm 219.
That was not fun.
So I've kind of, but it took like, a long time to kind of gain back a little bit.
It's watered down now.
I'm pretty happy. I'm like, listen, like I haven't gone back to 270. That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
And the fact that I've kept it off for so long.
Right.
And now I kind of know, like, well, I know what I'm doing wrong, like diet wise.
Right.
I know like the little tweaks I need to make, and I was like, I should probably make those tweaks and go back because smaller would be better. But
just healthier would be better.
Healthier, but yeah, but I haven't rebounded back to the starting point. It's more like, well, I got down here, I was stuck here, working out more, and then I got to a point where I was like, I didn't really want to cut my calories anymore, and I didn't really want to exercise more. Like, well, I don't want to walk for 2 hours a day.
Right. You need to start gaining muscle.
Yeah, well, yeah, I should have started lifting weights more consistently. I lift weights some, but not super consistently. So I was like, that's what I really should have done, was start doing it. Well, which is what I'm going to do. So,
Yes.
It's my goal for...
That's our plan, is both of us to get svelte.
Yeah, my goal for this year is to if I can get back to the 225 and just sit at that area, that would be great. So,
Right.
anyways, it's a journey for sure. But I'm pretty happy with myself that I'm like, that even right now I'm still lighter than I was, smaller, like lower weight than I have been the majority of my adult life.
Right.
So even though I've gained back a little bit, I'm still smaller than I was for almost
Yeah.
my entire adult life, for sure. So it's going.
That was a long explanation.
It was
but it's
long
something that we
one.
constantly talk about because we want to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to only have in our mind, we know friends who have died only 10 years from where we are now.
Or where we are right now.
Or where we are right now. So it's just kind of like, to know that, to think that we might only have 5 years left on this earth, or 3, or in 6 months, is a little world shaking. So we want to make sure we're around.
Yeah. And the majority of those things, I mean, majority of those issues, like the things that killed our friends, were preventable.
Yes.
It's lifestyle choices.
It wasn't hereditary things or cancer or something like that. It was
Your lifestyle choices
Yep.
can and will affect your quality of life and the length of your life.
Yep.
Now, that's not saying people don't have car crashes or freak accidents. That does happen, but that's not the #1 killer of people in America.
Nope. Nope. Men or women.
Right, men or women. So, yeah, there you go. Thanks for the question, Topher. I still have to get my steps today, and it'll be 8:90. Our son, we were just talking, our son, Aiden, just turned 18. And we were talking how I remember just like even 10 or 8 years ago thinking, oh, babe, when Aiden's 18, I'll only be 47.
Yeah.
I'll still be able to move and do things and won't have a cane and be in a nursing home. We'll still be able to
I know.
enjoy life and do things when our youngest is 18.
Yeah.
And here we are. I was like, I'm probably in better shape than I was 10 years ago.
I know I am.
So, yeah, it's kind of, well, that's kind of nice. Well, how about now? How about 10 years from now, I'll be 57. You'll be 54. It's like, can we make more improvements between now and our mid-50s? I think so. 'Cause there are some pretty fit 50-year-olds.
I know.
Bro, they're like
impressive.
Jacked.
Impressive.
And healthy.
We're
Anyways,
almost going now.
we got to finish this up. All right, last question. Savinity, #Groove, best scale to learn. Most practical one to learn would be your pentatonic scales. The pentatonic scale on guitar, all 5 positions of the pentatonic scale. I say that as those are the easiest to learn. You're going to learn those the easiest and the quickest of all of your scales on the guitar.
Right.
And the most practical for different styles: country, rock, blues, even jazz, gospel,
Right.
Pentatonic is the one I would start with.
It's a good one. I would too.
As practicality, because it's just the easiest, simplest, and most effective. And then from there, you can go into your major scales, which is the same as your minor scales on a guitar, same shapes. So,
Yep.
there you go. Final question. All right, that was it. Amazing. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Ask us a question. Ask a question for next week, and so we can answer it. And if you watch this entire video all the way through, kind of a long one probably, amazing. We got a secret hashtag of the day, secret game, and you only get to type it if you watch the whole thing. And if you type it and you didn't watch the whole thing, you're a liar. And that's not good for you. But secret hashtag of the day is
Happy 24.
hashtag Happy 24. I thought of another one earlier in the video and I forgot what it was. I was like, I'll remember that. No, I won't. Happy 24. Happy 24, because tomorrow is our 24-year anniversary.
That's right.
Of being married.
Not married.
Yes. All right. And type that with your question in your comment down below, and we will know that you are an epic legend of a person. And everyone else who's an epic legend of a person will know that you're an epic legend of the person. You'd be like the hashtag crew. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation
That's right.
of musicians.
Yeah, sure. This is That's Right.
That's right.
Of course, people think of what's his name?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. But his is All Right.
All right, all right, all right.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Hashtag KTMA.
And that's right.
All right, y'all. See you next
All right,
time.
y'all. Bye, guys.